Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Wednesday's market intel brief here at Top Gun Options. I'm Wiz, Matthew Buckley. Kind of market selling off here in the mid-afternoon. Jerome Powell's done testifying for the day, but the Russell, the S&P, everything just kind of started giving a little bit back right at 3 o'clock. So it's 322 right now. If the Russell, I'm looking at the Russell 2000 index, which we bought some puts on yesterday, breaks this 1430 with some airspeed, I think it's kind of look out below. We've been kind of wallowing around all day with Jerome Powell's testimony and some other stuff going on in the market, but those puts aren't looking too shabby. They're up about $800 just in a day there. Have some good positions on. We looked at a bull put spread this afternoon on Raytheon through July 10th. Why? North Korea. Got to get long the defense contractors, and also got bearish on CSX yesterday, the railroad stock. Why? Because the air's come out of the president doing a $1 trillion infrastructure package. That just makes zero sense. So in one day, that trades up about 56%. Bear call spread in CSX, $1,500 in a day. Good looking trades. But let's go to let's see what's going on today. North Korea threatens to invade the border after blowing up that de facto embassy, right? So this big peace building, they blew up yesterday. Was it like North Korea was on the third floor, South Koreans were on the first floor, they meet in the middle floor and stuff like that. They blew it up. Not with people in there. The South Korean folks had evacuated out back in January, I believe. But I'm seeing good cop, bad cop in North Korea. The evil Morticia chick, cream of some young guy's sister there, I think is the bad cop. They're threatening to send troops into the DMZ. This is going to happen, folks, between now and July 4th or right around July 4th. North Korea is going to do something, and it's going to cause volatility to spike and the market to roll over there. Wow, Russell's rolling over even harder now that I'm talking. Let me keep talking. Wow, that's a big sell order down right there. So there you go. The puts that we put on yesterday are currently up about $1,100, $1,200, and let's take a look at them by the end of the video here. But why did I bring that screen up? You got to have some puts on, folks. Either protective puts on the market, or you need to be long volatility right now. This is not the time to be flying around this market without an ejection seat. Something is going to happen. I keep using the acronym DRINC, D-R-I-N-C. That's the Democrats, Russia, Iran, North Korea, China. They're all going to, either in concert or individually and not on purpose, act to try and get Donald Trump not reelected. And it's going to be ugly. The fall is going to be, you think this is ugly now, race riots and stuff like that. And here comes the second wave of COVID. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. We're not going to believe you this time around, Democrats, when you allowed protests to happen, but God forbid the president, has people that gather. It's a disgrace. But China's starting to throw a little holy crap out there. China tightens control over Beijing as coronavirus infections spread. Authorities cancel hundreds of flights, close some businesses, and restrict movement in capital city as 31 new cases are confirmed. So, I don't know. Okay, at the end of the day, shutting down countries and economies and actually causing more deaths due to suicide, depression, or just financial problems just doesn't make sense for a disease that has a 99.01% survivability rate. I mean, my God, folks, the VA. Here's how bad our government is, especially to our veterans. Long-awaited report on veteran suicide calls for public awareness campaign. Yay. Better research tools. Yay. In the article, folks, it's a disgrace. It's heartbreaking. We can put a man on the moon, but about 20 veterans and active military personnel die by suicide each day. That's a lie. Well, how do you know, Wiz? They just said that information typically lags about 2 years behind current conditions. Anybody seen the current conditions for the past 2-3 months? 2 years from now, folks, when the VA, the government, who can put somebody on the moon but can't help veterans out, I guarantee you this number is north of 30 a day, a minimum of 1 per hour. My God, man, I'm going to try my best. I think we got an email the other day from the IRS that said our application had been, quote, accepted. I don't know if that means approved. The government sucks. I'm convinced that the government wants to set itself up as the ultimate arbiter of good and provide services to people. I've got to get this foundation up and running, man. We have women and men, brothers and sisters, taking themselves out of the gene pool on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, because the government treats them like shit, or their fellow Americans do. Black Lives Matter? How about we start with Veterans Lives Matter? It's a disgrace. It literally is heartbreaking to me. I digress. Let's get back. So market's seeing, like I said, heading lower, and Dow's now down 150. We were up. There you go. So in the time I've been talking to you, these puts have gone up $1,000. They were up $700 when I started this video. Now they're up $1,700. So let me keep talking. So U.S. stocks edge lower after a 3-day winning streak. Real quick, let me go back to these puts. I bought these puts on the Russell to go through 4th of July because of the North Korea potential threat. I really do think something's going to happen, but not only that, we're going to chop around this 50-day moving average. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. We're inverted right now. This blue line is the 50-day moving average. The red line is the 200-day because of this massive implosion. These moving averages actually inverted. Right? So I think we head back. We'll find some support here. Unless something horrific happens between now and Friday, I think we test that 200-day moving average. But here's another reason I got bearish on CSX yesterday. GOP senators, Republican senators are like, I don't think you talked to us about $1 trillion in additional spending. Let's bring up a chart of CSX. There it goes. Everything's falling out of bed right now. I love it. Love it for my bearish position. So here was CSX yesterday. Big gap up at the open. Why? The president said he's spending $2 trillion on railroads, roads, and runways. I got bearish right there, and here we go. Boom, all the way back down to here. So you sell into pops like that. What also happened yesterday or the other day to really cause the market to have a rip your face off rally? The Fed announced that they're going to start buying corporate bonds. They're literally one step away from buying equities, from buying stocks, kind of like the Brazilian central bank did. The Brazilian central bank finance minister resigned the other day. But there you go. Nothing happens to EWZ. So here's the implosion of EWZ, the Brazilian ETF, and then we've gotten half of that gap back. Look at where we stopped. We got literally, implosion, half the implosion, and now it's down here. Might get back into trading some EWZ, but the retail day trading euphoria has finally peaked. Here come the sellers. Ooh, so all these Robinhood folks that are in here day trading and stuff like that might actually be getting ready to take some profits. This headline's good and it's bad. Investors are sitting on the biggest pile of cash ever. That's not a Donald Trump written headline. That's the truth. Since this republic has kept data on the matter, we are sitting on the biggest pile of cash ever. This is assets in money market funds, folks. Look at this. I've never in my lifetime seen anything like this. The second highest was when? Obviously during the financial crisis, 2008. Look at this. People are just sitting in cash, waiting for potential good opportunity or waiting for an implosion to come. How about this? Pressure builds on Trump administration to name PPP borrowers. You know why? Because some of them are congressmen. Some of them are billion-dollar hedge funds, ladies and gentlemen. You recognize that dude from CNBC, don't you? Reiholtz Wealth Management CEO, Josh Brown. You're telling me you run Carson Group, a $12 billion wealth management firm, took taxpayer bailout money? Are you shitting me, ladies and gentlemen? So the Trump administration is actually kind of going out of their way to not want to give this information out, and the public's going to demand it. This will be a massive re-election issue with the Democrats if the administration does not get in front of this. But all these folks that got caught and shamed, don't get me wrong. I mean, if under the law you could get money back, you should have done it. But these guys, $12 billion hedge funds, getting 185 grand when I got buddies who can't even open their restaurants in Fort Lauderdale. It's a disgrace. It's wrong. But anyway, that's just not good. How we doing on the rut here? Wow, 1,700 bucks. So there you go. Made about 1,000 bucks as we've been talking. CSX is looking good. That's up. Yeah, I'm probably going to close the CSX trade. I think we're going to have a little bit more of a pound off into the close. Let me bring up the let's bring up the SP 500 and see what it's doing right now for today. Everything fell out. Wow. Everything fell out of bed at 3 o'clock. That's a big sell order right there. That's going to come in. Looks like if we break below kind of the lows of the day, this 3110, look out below. Absolutely look out below. Okay, good. What time is it? 3:30. I got to trade the close here. This is going to get interesting. I always tell you to get some hedges on. Now we're up 1,800 bucks on those puts. Always tell you to hedge, and you saw it live right here during our little quick brief here on the benefits of hedging. Okay, so have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll see many of you tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the weekly debrief. We'll see you.